There's two things that interest me in entrepreneurship, and that is process and context. So I'm very interested in getting at as generic an answer as I possibly can. What is entrepreneurial process? What goes on here that makes it in particular different from management? Is it just management by another name? Some people would say it is, and it's just a fancy label for early stage, exactly the same as management. And I say no, it's not. And I've done a lot of work to show what it is. But that's all very well if you get to, and I do have a model of entrepreneurial process, and there are two papers, one done first of all with my colleague Peter Moroz, in which we look at the 32 models that exist in the literature prior to our work of entrepreneurial process, and we find that they are not all that helpful. And then I have come up with one that I think is a good generic model of entrepreneurial process, and no doubt for those that want to, we'll have a little slide with the references to those papers. But I won't dwell on that and overly burden you with what that is, but let's say you have a perfect process. That's great in a technical sense. I want to switch now to tell you how important context is. I'll change to a medical analogy, which is easy to understand. We know that we should study medicine as a process. If you want to learn how to do medicine, you don't concentrate on fantastic surgeons and their history, which is what we do in entrepreneurship. We look at entrepreneurs. You don't look at successful operations and say, see those scars and the appendix is out, you know. You actually learn the process, both of understanding how germs cause the infection in the first place and how surgery that's clinical and safe can take it out. So I am passionate that we really need to study entrepreneurship from a process point of view rather than an entity or a person point of view. So that's there. But once you really understand the clinical purity of a process, then you really have to put it in context. And to do that, going back to medicine, here's one for you. Suppose you are the best doctor in the world at doing an operation. You know that you can do it better in a Danish hospital in Copenhagen with a full nursing theatre of nursing than you can with your hand blown off in a field hospital in Afghanistan. Context matters. And so that brings me to my second passion, which is understanding how contextual factors affect entrepreneurial process. And for that I've developed a diagnostic system, and that paper can come up as well. And it so happens that the parable of the teepee is a very good medium for teaching people how to use that diagnostic framework.